Hello, everyone. This is Hollywood Junket. My name is Craig Ries. And if you've been following us, you know that we get to interview the contestants that get eliminated each night from Deal or No Deal Island. And we've got kind of an iconic person from the show today. Her name is Kim. Kim, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you feeling this morning?
It was hard reliving it last night,
Yeah,
watching it on the show, but I'm I'm feeling good. I
yeah,
feel like I feel like I actually played the game. I wasn't
yes.
just there for a beach vacation. I was there to play the game, and I did probably too hard initially, but you know what? I left it all on the table. I'm not walking away with saying, oh, I wish I would have done this or something like that. I played the game, and I hope people can appreciate that.
I think we do. It's interesting that they brought in some people that haven't been on competition shows and some that have. And so there's just going to be like kind of mixed feelings. People are going to get hurt, you know, by people that know how to play the game and know how to do that. So any fan of these kind of
Absolutely.
shows like I am understands that.
Absolutely. And I had I don't know if you know Bruno from BB Can 5 and 2. Anyway, but or 3. Bruno had at one point said, you if you're looking to get somebody out of a game, everybody rooting for that person's going to hate you,
Right.
period.
Yeah.
So I knew that by um, targeting Rob at one point or eventually, maybe from the beginning, and knowing that Claudia was right there with him,
Uh-huh.
and they have such big followings, I knew that I was going to be hated by the people that did not want them out. It
Right.
didn't necessarily have anything to do with me. It had everything to do with they want their favorite players to stay in the game. And I get that. I
Exactly.
understand that completely.
Yeah. That's what it is. So I'm glad you understand that. I'm glad you don't are not hurt by your experience there. And I thought you did great. Let's get into these questions though. I'm sorry, I could talk to you for hours, but I can't. Last episode, last week, we kind of saw a situation where Alyssa kind of betrayed your trust and kind of had repeated things that maybe you didn't want her to repeat. Where do you two stand today? And was there any more to that story that we just didn't see or they didn't have time to show?
Well, I mean, there was a lot to that story. I stayed up with Alyssa was sick. Um, and so the reason it was just she and I in the pavilion, I stayed up with her all night so
Hmm.
that if she had to go in the jungle and get sick, or if she had to get back to the bathrooms or something like that, that she wasn't doing it alone. So I literally stayed up all night with her.
Wow.
And in the course of talking about what transpired when, with what Rob said and what Claudia had said at the Banker's Temple, and I was so I was just beside myself that Rob was clutching his pearls and saying, "Oh my God, that was kind of aggressive." And it's like, Rob, I'm pretty sure you've said something way worse than that, more
Right.
than once. And that worse than that has been said about you. And I did drop the F bomb. I called him, yeah, I called him F's, and I'll own that. But Alyssa elaborated on that because if you saw when she was talking to Rob, she made that into mother effers, which is definitely a little bit worse. Not
Hmm.
really, but it is. Um, and when it came back, and I was like, no, I didn't say that. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. I said, it sounds like something I would say, but I didn't. And and Alyssa was like, I'm not gonna lie for you and all this. And I'm like, oh my God, you mean like the fact that you didn't own up to winning the $20,000, the personal offer from the banker? Um, there were two other people that also got that same flag. And it's like, so I'm not spilling your tea, but you're going to call me out in front of people like this and come up with this master plan that was probably the worst master plan ever,
Right.
because she literally is like, yeah, we're going to blindside her. And it's like, it's not a blindside if I know you're coming after
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Okay, let's just make that clear. And the second part of it is, even though the show made it look like I was all alone, I'm on an island all alone and everybody's against Kim, I had allies. I knew about the master plan. Okay, I had to pretend to Rob. It's like, what do you mean, Rob? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And I had to pretend to Claudia, but I knew about it. So
Right.
it's like, there were just a lot of what I would consider kind of deceitful things. And there were a lot of mean comments that I didn't appreciate it. I don't go after people's looks or physical attributes, things that they cannot control.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was kind of mean when she's like, well, you could eat the makeup and at least then you'd be pretty on the inside. And towards Stephanie, who is a beautiful woman, or, you know, Claudia has made comments saying, well, I helped Kim put on eyelashes because, how was it she put it? Oh, I helped Kim put on eyelashes so that she would be more aesthetically pleasing. And it's
Yeah.
like, I just can't go after things that people can't control. I
Yeah.
can't control my age. I knew I wasn't the pretty one out there. We had such a gorgeous cast. The cast itself was amazing. I mean, and so I'm not going to go after something like that.
Yeah.
I won't even go after intelligence because some people just aren't real smart and some people are street smart. You don't know. You don't know the
Yeah,
whole
and
story in a
that
matter
comes
of
down to
days.
opportunity, which is a thing that some people can't control. So yeah, I get that for sure, and I respect
Yeah.
that definitely. You had mentioned Rob, and I've got to ask, what was your reaction to Rob eliminating you based on strategy?
Um, I understand why he did it
Yeah.
because he knew that he was not going to be able to control me. And Rob loves control. He wants to
Yes.
control the game. He wants to control the players that surround him. Rob was never going to have control over me. I think we could have played together well,
Mhm.
but that wasn't going to happen
Yeah.
because he didn't trust me and I didn't trust him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to happen. Um, so I think for that reason, it was a smart move because as you saw on the episode last night, the tides are turning. You're seeing people going, oh, okay, now I'm seeing what Kim was talking about. It
Uh-huh.
was on display. So with the tides turning, you don't want someone still in the game that is literally going to push the ocean on the beach. So I get that. I think that he made the move too early,
Mhm.
only because I'm always going to be in the bottom two. Any physical comp, you can pretty much guaranteed I'm going to be in the bottom two, which means there's a 50-50 shot that you can put me in against the banker
You'll
or
you'll
be
have
able
that
to play.
opportunity multiple times.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so
So
true. Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that it was early for that reason, and also
Yeah.
because Rob is a very good competitor. Look at him with the clutch shot with the arrow. Oh my gosh, that was incredible when he
So
did
awesome.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So knowing that he's going to be normally sitting towards the top and making the decision, and I'm normally going to be sitting at the bottom and be the recipient of the decision, why take that out when there's other people who you don't know where their mind's at in the
Right.
game?
He still has a lot of people to get rid of, So that's
Exactly.
so
So
true. That's so
so
true.
I just felt like maybe it was a little bit earlier, but I understand from the strategic standpoint where there would be a concern about it. Yeah.
Did you try to get Amy to choose you to go against the banker to attempt to send Rob home?
If I had gone against the banker and won, at that point, 100% I would have sent Rob home
Yeah.
because I, ju- because why would you keep him in the
Yeah.
game when
Yeah. I
you
think a
know?
lot of people are going to realize that after, or they're realizing it now, obviously, as they're watching the show.
Yeah,
So,
no, I would have definitely gotten rid of Rob that round if I had played against the banker. Dawson would have gotten rid of Rob if he had played against the banker.
mhm.
He even said so. And that's what I'm talking about. Those tides were turning. And and I understand why Amy did what she did. I really do. But look at it coming into this, 2 out of 3 had beat the banker, with
Yeah.
Claudia being the only one who hadn't. So the odds are better that you're going to beat the banker
Yes. Yeah.
than that you're going to lose to the banker. So for that reason, I would not have put in Rob. If I had been the captain over there, I would not have put in Rob. I would have picked anybody else. And especially when you've got people volunteering. But she assured me, I don't know exactly what he said to her, but she assured me that I was safe. And I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And I kept turning around and looking at her and going, while Rob's up there and looking at her going, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is what it is. And Rob made the moves that he had to fully respect what he did
Yeah.
with the game,
It is. Yeah. It's a game. And yeah. Just a couple more real quick. One, just kind of outside of this, are there any other shows, especially competition shows, that you would like to be a part of?
I mean, I've had people ask this online, and I came into this going one and done because
Uh-huh.
you don't people do not get opportunities. There were tens of thousands of applicants for this show, unknown, and I was one of 13 people selected.
Yeah.
I don't know to this day what it was they saw in me, but what a tremendous opportunity. And I think things like this don't happen every day.
Yeah.
If something else came up that I could do, I would do it. Like, would I go on Survivor? Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not building shelter and eating rice. That's not happening. But if there were other shows that opened up and presented themselves as an opportunity and I could do it, absolutely, I would. Um, it was fun.
I think it's gonna happen, Kim. So and with the success of Traders, like that show's doing really well, like there's some opportunities. Do you have a favorite game show or show?
Oh my gosh. For sure. I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed The Floor when that came out this year as a
Yeah,
game
I haven't watched that
show.
yet, but yeah, I've heard awesome things. Yeah.
I thought that that was a really good show. I love, love, love The Traders.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
I mean, I've watched Traders UK, I watched Australia, and of course the 2 seasons here in the US. So I love Traders. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed House of Villains. I thought
Hmm. Hmm.
Joel did a fantastic job as the host and
Hmm.
bringing humor into it. And it was one of those things where how can you really hate the villain if everybody's a villain on it? So
Right.
instead you're rooting for, and I'm always team great TV. So if I can sit down and really enjoy it, that's what I like.
Yeah.
But right now I would say um Traders and House of Villains are two of my favorites. And then I'm always going to enjoy Survivor, The Amazing Race, Big
Mm,
Brother. I watch
love these.
all of those. The
Yeah.
Challenge All Stars is coming up. So we've got that whole group. But dang, NBC's turning it on
I
with
know they
the
really,
reality
really are.
shows. And I am so proud to be a part of this very first season of
Yeah.
Deal or No Deal Island. You know,
I completely agree. It is just turning out to be such a great show, and we're just at the beginning of
I
it. But
agree.
I hope there's a reunion. I know no one can say anything, or I don't know if even know anyone knows if there's going to
I
be,
don't know if there's a
but
reunion or not.
I would love it. So I'm putting it out there that I hope there is one. But Kim, we got to let you go. That went by so fast, but
I did.
That's what happens. And thank you so much for just your honesty and your energy today. I really appreciate that. All
I
right.
appreciate your time for us reality junkies. There's so much good on right now
Yeah.
to enjoy on TV. So I hope it keeps going.
Completely agree. Everyone, my name is Craig Ries. This is Hollywood Junket. Please like and subscribe to our videos. We do a lot more than just this show, so go to our channel, check everything out. And Kim, thank you again. You were awesome this season, and I hope to see more of you soon.